Hello friends, I'm looking at an app on my phone. It's showing my location on a Caribbean Airlines flight that's going to be landing in Piarco, Trinidad soon. We're just going over the coast. You could see it below if you pierce your eyes through the clouds. Unfortunately, as much as I would like to plan that these trips are sunny and clear, I have no control over the weather, so we are going over some mountains right now, and that's below the clouds. You could see it there on the app. I like to call this part cloud surfing because it's almost like we're surfing on the clouds. So there's the mountains. That would be the North Post Mountains. Not sure exactly where we're looking at the moment. It could be anywhere from the areas of St. Anne's, Cascade, because this is the western side of Trinidad. It could also be Marval, Santa Cruz. It's harder to tell with the mist of the clouds at the moment. I have other videos of this landing, so maybe you might be able to catch a better look if that's what you're looking for. In fact, I have many trips going backwards and forwards towards the States, so you can always pick the one on my channel that best suits you. Just capture as we enter just below the clouds and the sunset. I always like flying out the seat, so I'm right by the wing. The wing gives a good perspective. Down below, that's Port of Spain. You can actually see the Twin Towers, the ferry that takes you to the south. That highway would be the Beetham Highway. The center of your screen would be what people refer to as the dump. It's basically where they take all the refuse. The green part and that river is Trini River, the Trini Sanctuary. Lots of beautiful birds and stuff. I don't know if you've ever taken a tour, but if you haven't, it's good to see at least once in your lifetime. Learn about nature and how delicate it is. I'm not too sure how much the tours are now, but it's not that expensive, especially if you're local. If you're foreign, you may be charged in US. So despite the clouds, you can see in the distance the mountains. We would be looking north now, and just below the tip of the plane, below that, that's Port of Spain, and the plane is lining up with the runway. That's Trini Swamp there. That's where you would normally go for the tour, see the birds and stuff. The other thing I don't have much control of is the window. As the mist hits it, it kind of gets a bit foggy at times, so you see a bit of a reflection. This is one of my favorite parts of the flight, when it's coming in for landing, especially because it's such a long journey. This flight started at Miami International Airport. Took about 3.5 hours to reach here, to this point. And you know, by that time you just want to get off the plane and get going. So I'll let the counter count down to 0. When it reaches 0, I will give you the natural sounds. You can see on the app there where it's lining up, and so you can hear what it's like for the plane coming in for a landing. Make sure to look for other videos like this and lots of road trips and places around the world that I cover. Thank you so much for watching and being part of JB's Man Cave, and if you haven't subscribed for free, please do so. All you have to do is just simply click the subscribe button. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just safely landed at Piarco International Airport in Trinidad. The local time 6:17 p.m. For your safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the aircraft comes to a complete stop and captain has switched off the fasten seatbelt sign. This will indicate that we are comfortably in position. Please check around your seat for any personal belongings you may have brought on board with you, and please exercise caution when opening the overhead bins, as heavy articles may have shifted around during the flight. If you are traveling on another Caribbean Airlines service, you are required to surrender all duty-free liquids to our customer service agents in the terminal. This will then be brought to you at the gate of your next departing flight. If you have any questions or concerns, you may ask one of our customer service agents. We wish you a safe and pleasant onward journey. You are reminded that smoking is prohibited, except in designated smoking areas outside of the terminal building.